The English word love can be represented by four Greek words. Eros means romantic, romantic love, sensual love. It relates to the word erotic or sexual intimacy. And when people talk about having feelings for people or for the opposite sex, they're usually talking about Eros. Then we have filio or philia. Philia or filio has to do with friendship love, love between casual friends. So if somebody says that I am fond of my friend, I like my friend, the person is referring to filio or philia of friendship love. Then we have storge, or sometimes pronounced as storge. So storge is family love. So when we talk about motherly love, love a mother has for the child, it's not the same as erotic love, it's not the same as friendship love. So it is another kind of love. And that is what we call storge or storge. Then we have agape love. Agape love is the God kind of love that is love that is not based on feelings. It's a love that is unconditional love that you can express towards every human being, even your enemies. Okay? Now, all four kinds of love can be applied in marriage. So your marriage partner is your sexual partner. So you can express eros to your partner. Then your spouse is also your friend or your companion. In this sense, your best friend. So you can express friendship love or philia to your spouse. And your spouse is also your family, your nuclear family. So you can express family love, storge or storge towards your spouse. And then you can also express agape love, God kind of love. It is unconditional love that can be expressed towards any human being at all. And your spouse is also like any other imperfect human being, deserving of unconditional love. So you can express agape love towards your spouse as well. Now, there is this popular belief that to sustain a marriage, you need to resort to the agape love or the God kind of love. The assumption is that marriage is a long journey, and so in order to tolerate each other's imperfections, you have to overlook these imperfections using unconditional love or the God kind of love. So that is why it's believed that the unconditional love is so key in sustaining marriage over the long term. But we must understand that when couples choose each other, they don't choose each other based on unconditional love. They choose each other based on eros. So there are several kinds of human beings available. Now, you cannot say that because I have agape love or God kind of love or unconditional love for you, I want to select you as my spouse for the rest of my life or for the rest of your life. You cannot say that, all right? You have to have a reason beyond the fact that the person is a human being like any other human being. So there's something that should make you believe that you have some feelings for a certain person, you are attracted to a certain person, and that is the eros. So it's the eros that makes people actually choose their spouses. They are attracted to their spouses and they believe that they can spend the rest of their lives with that person. So people actually enter marriage not based on storge or storge, not based on filio, and not based on agape. People enter marriage based on eros. All right, romantic love, sensual love. Okay, but the assumption is that over time, over the years, life happens. Life happens such that there are conflicts that will come in the marriage. There are abuse. There can be some kinds of abuse in the marriage. There can be marital stress. People get bored. The couples get to be familiar with each other as we take each other for granted. Then some believe that the grass is greener elsewhere. So they want something else or something more. So these realities make us believe that the eros will die down over time. The feelings for each other will go away over time. Therefore, let's look for other ways of sustaining the marriage. So the couples can live as brothers and sisters. That is storge, family love, or as friends. that is filial. Or we can use agape, unconditional love. Your spouse is like any other human being, so you can apply unconditional love to your spouse, and you can live as long as you want to live. Now, in this sense, we are accepting the situation that Eros has died down or is dying down, or Eros is not as it used to be. So we have to make use of the other kinds of love to sustain the marriage so that there's no separation or there's no divorce. Now, there are two problems here. The first one is that what it means is that you are enduring marriage. So the situation created here, where you are using all kinds of means apart from errors, suggests that it is a kind of marriage where partners are enduring the marriage and not enjoying marriage. The other danger here is that partners will prefer to use the agape love, use the brother and sister kind of love, use the friendship love to exist around each other. But they will go and look for the eros, the romantic love, elsewhere. And that's what can lead to emotional affairs or physical affairs, and so on and so forth. So we are not expected to accept the situation that eros should die down over time, and we can use other kinds of love to sustain the marriage. We have to make provision for all the four kinds of love to work in marriage. But the most important of all has to be eros. So if eros is dwindling, if the eros love is dying down, then couples must not accept the situation as it is and endure the marriage. They have to work on it. And remember that that is what brought them into the marriage in the first place. And so they can still make the eros love exist till they grow old, till death separates the two of them.